Tonight on the October 25th edition of Newswatch 18, Halloween week is here and the ISU campus is about to get a little more spooky.
Before you bite into your food, have you ever wondered how it was made? You'll want to listen up.
And ISU student athletes aren't only successful on the field but also in the classroom. All this and more tonight on Newswatch 18.
Live from Studio B, this is Newswatch 18 with Catherine Marcheski, Kyle Steingraber, sports, Meredith Sprague, and weather with Sam Schreier. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Kyle Steingraber.
And I'm Catherine Marcheski.
Natural foods are all the craze now, but the topic of an upcoming lecture will be about the exact opposite. ISU will be hosting a lecture titled Genetically Engineered Foods, The Naked Truth at Iowa State. Gregory Joffe will be looking at issues such as the benefits and risks of genetically engineered foods and the future of the industry. He will also analyze the current U.S. regulatory system and how genetically engineered foods have spread around the globe. The presentation will be on November 1st at 6 p.m. in the Memorial Union South Ballroom.
People across the country are rolling up their sleeves for flu shots. Researchers at ISU are taking this opportunity to look at the effect that exercise has on shots' immunity response. Marion Cohut, professor of kinesiology, found that a 90-minute exercise session nearly doubled the antibody response. Now the researchers are focusing their studies on people over the age of 65. Since the elderly don't always respond well to immunizations, this study could help improve their protection against the flu.
Construction on Troxel Hall broke ground this past Friday. Administrators, alumni, and professors gathered in between the greenhouses of Horticulture Hall and the Landscape Architecture Building to break ground for the new Troxel Hall building. Troxel Hall will be a 400-seat auditorium fully equipped with new technology, including projectors, cameras, and audio systems. The building is aimed to be eco-friendly. 75% of the daytime lighting will be provided by windows, and a roofing system will be used for cooling the building. Troxel Hall is expected to be ready for classes during the fall 2012 semester.
The annual Iowa State Gold Star ceremony to honor fallen soldiers will be held at 3:15 on November 10th at the Great Hall. The ceremony honors former Iowa State students who have died in battle. 3 from the Korean War and 1 from the conflict in Afghanistan will be honored. The servicemen's family and friends will be present at the ceremony to share pictures and tell stories of their lives. The soldiers' names will then be engraved on the wall of the Gold Star Hall.
The Family and Consumer Sciences Education and Studies Club will be hosting a purse party to raise awareness for human trafficking. According to Jamie Christensen, the club's College of Human Sciences representative, the goal of the event is to raise awareness and education about human trafficking. They will be writing letters of encouragement to support victims and providing financial assistance to programs that help victims of the problem. The party will be held on November 1st at 5:15 p.m. in room 142 West in Lego Hall.
The government in Istanbul, Turkey, said the death toll from the devastating earthquake is now up to 360. Rescuers are still working to recover trapped survivors from over 2,000 collapsed buildings. It's now been 3 days since the quake, but rescuers are still hopeful, having rescued about 25 survivors from the rubble on Monday. In one heroic story, a few rescuers pulled a 2-week-old baby girl alive and well from the rubble. And now Meredith is here to join us for the desk and our exciting sports update.
That's right. We have some exciting news even after the bleak weekend. Stay tuned. You're watching Iowa State News.
I could not make the words.
Budget cuts affected my husband's salary, so I'm picking up some part-time work. We're doing everything we can to make sure our kids eat today. Tomorrow, I just don't know. Fernanda, how'd I do?
Well, I usually fold the underwear first.
I meant the acting, but good to know.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Newswatch 18. Men's basketball season opener on November 6th is closely approaching. If fans are interested in attending that game or any other of the 19 home games, single game tickets for men's basketball go on sale tomorrow. Student season tickets have been sold out since July, and the popular $99 season ticket special recently sold out as well. To buy tickets, Cyclone fans can go to www.cyclones.com or call 1-888-478-2925 starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Single game tickets are as little as $10 and are expected to go fast, so don't wait. Steele Jantz is out and Jared Barnett is in. After 3 consecutive losses and an unsuccessful start during the Texas A&M game, Jantz was replaced by Barnett, a redshirt freshman, in the first quarter of Saturday's game. Jantz started the game slowing down the offense with an interception and 4 incomplete passes. Barnett finished the game 16 of 36, passing for 180 yards. Rhodes announced yesterday that Barnett will start in this week's game versus Texas Tech. He supported his statement by saying, "I don't foresee anything that would change that in my mind." The game will kick off this weekend in the Buck at 6 p.m. and will be televised on Fox Sports Net. Cole Tanner and Jake Lovett give us an inside look at the ISU Women's Soccer Club.
The ISU Women's Soccer Club is a group of 25 students that play competitive soccer throughout the fall and spring. Casey Woodley, the club's co-president, is currently in her 4th season with the club.
Pretty much at the beginning of the year, every year in August, we send out a mass email, post flyers and stuff like that to get attention out about tryouts, Facebook, stuff like that. And, the guys team gets a pretty large turnout. They usually get at least 120 people every year, whereas we get about 50 or 60. And then, basically just come to tryouts. Last year was the first year that we cut players because we wanted to be more competitive, so just have tryouts, and from there we practice, and we have 18 players playing each game, so just whoever's coming to practice, whoever's doing the best job will be the players that we take with us on the road or in our home games. So
the team practices 3 times a week and plays between 12 and 15 games each year against teams from Iowa or neighboring states.
Well, the soccer club is what I like to think as the perfect amount of soccer, because a lot of these players, could have played D3. Some of them actually played D1 at other schools and could have played on the Iowa State team here, but they didn't want to play, they didn't want to practice every single day. They didn't want to have to travel as far as, Big 12 teams travel. And the commitment level is just, so intense at a Division I level that a lot of players don't want that. And this level is just the perfect amount because we practice 3 times a week. We play almost every weekend, at least once a weekend, and it's fun, but it's also really competitive. It's not just people who've never played before. Like I said, it's people who have played on club teams. They played in high school. They could have played in college if they wanted. So it's the right amount of soccer for a competitive player, but just not a Division I player.
For ISU TV with Jake Lovett, I'm Cole Tanner.
The club played at Grandview College this past Sunday and came away with a 1-0 victory. Their last game will be November 6th versus Drake. Cyclone athletes aren't just successful on the fields. A recent study done by the NCAA just announced today that Iowa State has the highest student-athlete graduation rate in the Big 12. Iowa State's 4-year federal government graduation rate for all sports was 65%, the best in conference. Men's golf, women's golf, gymnastics, volleyball, and swimming individually were also top of the Big 12. Senior Associate AD for Student Services, David Harris, said, "Graduating student athletes is one of the department's top priorities, so we are very pleased with the news." And that's all we have for sports. Now let's head over to Andrew at the weather desk. Andrew, how's the...
Well, we've had some seasonably warm temperatures the past couple of days. I'll let you know if that's going to continue after the break. Keep it locked. You're watching Newswatch 18. Yeah, locked.
Es tu ambiente, la prueba de ratón, la salud la protege, hazlo verde, verde, verde.
El vivir verde es asegurarse que el aire en su hogar es saludable para su familia. Asegúrese de hacer una prueba de radón en su hogar. Es fácil. Para saber más, llame al 866-528-3187. Proteja la salud y el bienestar de su familia. Haga la prueba de radón en su hogar. Eso es vivir de manera saludable y verde.
La prueba de radón, la salud la protege. Hazlo verde, verde, verde.
La prueba de radón es fácil. Solo llame al 866-528-3187.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
And welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Andrew Schneider, filling in for the meteorologist this week, of course. Right now in Ames, 58 degrees is the temperature. It was a lot warmer this afternoon. However, that cold front is blowing through right now. Dew point sitting at 53, humidity at 52%, and those winds, like I said, gusting up now to about 30 miles an hour, so it feels like it's in about the mid-40s, not what it was like earlier today. As we move into your headlines for this afternoon and tomorrow, rather, colder weather will be ahead. Skies will remain dry, however, as this cold weather moves through. Now, cold weather is not defined, I'm not saying 30, 40 degrees, but will be considerably colder than what we've been. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a wind from the northwest at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. See those gusts going up to about 30. It's going to be rather breezy. We'll see a low of 41. So if you're out and about, possibly studying overnight and you got to walk to the library, it's going to be a little bit chilly. So make sure you bring a jacket. Tomorrow, it is going to be much cooler than it has been the past couple of days. Winds from the northwest at about 18 miles an hour. They will gust up once again to 30. We'll see that high of 52. Looking at your day planner, as you're headed to class in the morning, we'll see that low of 42. As we said, breezy conditions all throughout the day. Over the lunch hour, 49 degrees. And of course, if you're getting ready for that evening study session as midterms come up once again, 48 degrees the low. Look at your 5-day forecast. We'll kind of go through this nice and slow for you. Thursday, 51 degrees. Those breezy conditions, the breeze is actually going to slow down as we head later into the week. Low of 31 degrees, so overnight lows with those possible frost and freezing overnight. So if you're out, prepare for winter if you're out overnight, but of course throughout the day, keep that light jacket or that sweatshirt on. Looking into Friday, we got a high of 53 degrees, a low of 31. For your Saturday, no home football game this weekend. High of 55, a low of 39 as the Cyclones are headed to Texas Tech. Sunday, 59 degrees, sunny skies, a low of 39 degrees. And Monday, 61 and 43. We'll get back to your currents once again, 58 degrees. Chilly weather throughout the rest of the night. That dew point and that humidity, it's going to get a lot drier and it's going to get a lot breezier. Let's send it back to the desk with Kyle and Catherine.
Thanks, Andrew. With Halloween weekend coming up, there's no better way to start it off than participating in Haunted Iowa State this Wednesday. The event includes exploring select campus locations with haunted and historic reputations. Areas to be explored include the MU, the Campanile, and the ISU graveyard. Meet at Central Campus with a flashlight at 7 p.m. and bring along a friend to scream with. And speaking of creepy things, the zombie craze has once again invaded our campus. It's no surprise that Iowa State is having a lecture coming to campus on this very topic. How to Survive a Zombie Attack will be performed by Max Brooks. Brooks has written several books on the topic and is even considered a zombie expert. The unique lecture will be held Friday, October 28th at 9 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. And that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch. Thanks for tuning in.
Come back tomorrow night for more news, sports, and weather. Have a great night.